But yeah,
Gladly.
here we are. This is it. Yeah.
Cool.
Glad to be
Uh,
here.
well, I guess something I wanted to. I guess the first thing we can start with is the New York fights.
Mm,
Let's start there.
I like that one.
Bringing home the belts. The four horsemen, which turned to three,
Mm-hmm.
but all three of you came home with a belt.
Indeed.
Hard matchups, really good techniques out there.
Mm-hmm.
Very exciting to watch. The whole squad came up, and first time having a rehydration kit from Mr. Stern over there.
Oh, don't bring me to this. One's about them. We'll get to that later.
We
but
will
no.
talk to it, but I'm just saying it's part of it.
Yeah, it's definitely a part of it. When you're
big part of it too.
you talked about big fights and
Yeah.
having really skilled opponents. I mean, just from my own personal experience, the higher you get, it's the little things that really matter in the sense that everybody's getting to a certain degree of like elite level skill. The little 1%ers is what's going to be the difference between winning for you and that opponent at that point. So even though it's annoying sometimes, paying attention to the little things is what's going to get you to win at that level. And it's hard to grasp until you usually get to a certain level and then you'll lose. And then you start to actually refine and go through the little details. So yes, rehydration is actually a huge part of the whole thing because obviously you want to be fresh for your fight and cutting weight is a part of the sport, unfortunately. So you just got to get it done and rehydrate and good. And then, yes, get all the carbohydrates from the Jack Jams, of course. Yeah, for
yes,
sure.
yes.
But yeah, hard fights. Alex, let's talk with you. I mean, how was your experience on this one? Through the whole process, like bigger show, more lights, more camera. Was it her first 5-rounder, right?
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So, it was probably the biggest stage I ever fought. I would say Italy was the biggest stage, but the difference is that in Italy, no one really cares about you. It's so many fights going on. It's like 6 rings, and nobody cares. I was fighting far away from where U.S. people were sitting.
Big
A lot of
tournament.
people
A
didn't
lot of
even-
people.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't even know I was fighting. So it's just probably like one person watched me fight the whole fight.
So that was in a stadium. How many rings were going at the same time?
6.
Six rings at the same
It's-
time. Oh my
yeah.
God!
And
6
it was
fights.
packed. But it's like them eyes were now on me.
Yeah.
God.
So,
That'd be
but
kind of scary to go through all that. Yeah,
Chaotic.
travel with all
Sounds
that,
chaotic.
cut weight, still have to perform in front of all that. And you said it felt bigger, like this current one from New York felt bigger than
Yeah.
that.
because all the like, even though the arena was smaller, it was still full. Like the arena was sold out. They said that, and I believe it. We sold like 30 tickets, more than 30. We ran out of tickets to sell. People had to buy them at the door, and Derek and Joe also sold like 30 tickets. So together we was 50 deep. So then that's just us. And the guy I was fighting, he had even more people. Yeah, it was big, and all the eyes were on me, all the big lights and stuff. But at some point, when I was walking out, I like unconsciously I was thinking, yeah, this is gonna be big deal. I even sent him a video of actually it was one of Gary from Level Up. He was his walkout, and I'm like, oh, this is under the big lights,
Oh yeah.
and I'm like. He's like, but it don't matter though, and I'm like, okay, and I'm walking out, and I'm like, I did not feel any different. Like
That's good.
it did not feel. Smoker felt bigger deal than. Well, it was not a bigger deal, but when I was making that walk, it was more pressure to me when I was fighting on Smokers than over there. I felt fine. I felt composed. I felt calm. I didn't realize how big the show was until I watched the recordings.
So what's the difference between having your first few smokers or fights and this? Like, what's the difference? If this felt so normal and the first smokers, which are the lowest you can go in skill, what's the difference, you think?
Just me. I'm different. I'm more calm. Like even in a fight, like I don't know if my heart rate even went up to over 180. Really, maybe in the beginning, but I was just so calm and composed. This was my 11th amateur fight, so I was ready. I was prepared. I was different. I don't think anything. Yeah, things got a lot tougher, but I also toughened up, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, the experience on everything. It builds up. 11 fights. It's a lot of fights. So you build up, get it. Yeah, it's all the same old song and dance in the end, lights or not. It's still you're walking out, you're training to fight someone. What about you, Kevin? How about this past trip?
To New York, yeah, it was It was definitely fun. It was exciting. It was like he said, it was a lot of like focused attention. Like I feel like Italy was like the biggest stage we've been on, and it was like the arena was huge, but it was like also spread out. It's a different feeling when it's like everybody's like zoned in on you and like everybody's cheering for the other guy or for you. You know what I'm saying? So especially at Warriors Cup, it was like 2 levels. And it was like packed in, and it was kind of like a compact space. It wasn't like super wide, so you just feel like everybody
Energy.
around you. Yeah, you just
Energy.
like, and the people looking down on you too. So it's like you're like, oh shit, like you know what I'm saying?
People yelling, the people screaming, the DJ with the big bass. Everything is just it's a lot. That's awesome.
I feel like in the past that I wouldn't be able to like to handle that, but like that was my 23rd fight. So like, yeah, Italy helped when I got out there, and it was such a big stage. Not all eyes were on me, but like I don't know. I fought so many times where I was just like, I kind of can just blank everybody out, and now I can do my thing in there without having to worry about anybody else. But
Practice makes perfect. Yeah, you get used to it.
Yeah, I know how to like shift my attention from everything out there to in the ring, and yeah, I got like a 4th round finish. I think that was the most patient I've ever felt in the fight. I didn't feel rushed. I think it was like all the experience and all the fights that I've had just like adding up at one time and like coming together because. Yeah, I just like felt like my decision making was on point. Just everything it was really good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have anything you want to ask him while we're here?
Yeah. I guess I would go into like what's next, but I also want like the fans, the people to know where you've been, where you are now, and where you want to go with in terms of your fighting career.
That's a really good. I would have. Yeah, that's a big.
It's a good.
That's a
one.
big
It's
picture.
a big. Yeah, it's a big question. It's a big question. But like how you started, how you're feeling now, where you're going.
Yeah. I mean, who do you want to start
Who
with?
wants to go first? Yeah, we'll bounce it back to Alex. We'll bounce it back to
You
Alex.
got that one.
So, I'm a Warriors Cup champion now.
Whoop, whoop.
I also
Yes, sir.
won Grand Nationals and national champion, and yeah, I like where I'm at. I did not expect to be here. I was not planning on being here. I did not want to fight. I just wanted to train, and and then opportunities came along, and I'm like, oh, I'm fighting now, and then.
Wait, so you
know-
didn't want to fight when you started training?
No, I never wanted to fight.
What?
I just want.
Same boat for me too. I didn't really plan on
What?
it.
I guess I didn't either. I guess that's a thing.
I was like, hey
Interesting.
man, I was looking for something to do, and I was like, yeah, I'll just do jujitsu for like 10 years. That's gonna be
I
cool.
forgot you started as a jiu-jitsu guy. Oh,
And I was like, I have
What?
not done
I didn't know
it
that
in
either.
years.
What? Yeah.
And then I started fighting, and I'm like, oh, in a month, okay. In a month again, all right, okay. So now I've been fighting for a year and a half, and I have amassed 11 fights. This guy I just fought, that was his, if I'm not mistaken, 23rd or 24th fight. So probably the second best guy I ever fought.
big jump in competition.
Yeah, but I was well prepared. Going into it, like, to think that when I first like walked into the gym, I think that's the year he became a world champion, my opponent, and to fight the way I fought and to get the W the way I got the W. It was a decision, an unanimous decision. It was a good performance from me, so that made me happy. I don't really set any goals as like long-term goals, like I want to get there. I don't think about that. I just want to fight and win my next fight. Whenever that happens, whoever that is, whatever stage that is, I want to win my next fight. That's all I think about.
Well, to catch up to people like that, you obviously have a solid, just interest in training, like motivation to train often, train all the time, and that's a big hurdle for when he's becoming champion and you're starting off to catch up to that certain point. He's got a decent amount of experience in there, but still, you were grinding, you were catching up. It is a matter of that, so it definitely shows to your ability to just train and get the job done.
I think what helped me was not to think about like, oh, this guy, or like I didn't know him at that time, but people that were like world champions, I'm like, oh, I want to get there. I was actually not thinking about that. I was like, whatever's my competition, whether it was my amateur debut, okay, I want to win this amateur debut. My like novice WKs, I want to train as hard as I can. Like there's nothing more. Like to me, when I was doing novice WKs or amateur debut or like regular fights, to me that was the biggest deal in the world. To me that was the pinnacle of whatever I could have achieved, and I put everything in every single fight camp I've done, whether it was like even like lowest of the low. I put 110% to the point where my body couldn't take it. Each fight camp, I never take like a percentage off of it, and I think that's how I caught out. I think that's what it is.
I think everybody at this table is definitely the stereotypical fighter in the sense of the thing that you should do for them is pull them back. Like they're gonna work their ass off to the point of too much where their body falls apart. So it's about reeling them back in a little bit, and that's usually is what builds a champion at the right time. Finding the body that's being broken and saying just pulling it back just a slight bit versus the alternative, which is somebody who doesn't train nearly enough. They never make it to the top.
The Thai graveyard.
Yeah, the Thai graveyard. Well, we'll talk about that. That's a whole podcast worth of talking about.
Yeah.
But what about the future?
I don't know. Whatever my fight is next, whatever that is, there are some ideas.
Put somebody in front of you, you'll take them out.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot promise taking them out. I cannot promise that I will take them out, but I will fight them and I will
Always
work
the
my
next
ass off.
person. Gotcha.
Always the next person. I don't think of
I like
past
that.
it.
Gabby, past.
Wait, I want to
present,
make one
future.
comment.
Oh, sure.
I want him to show off his cut and
Can't
goatee.
see it.
Yeah, I can't see it because of the goatee. Can't shave
Is
my
that
goatee.
from the fight?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was teep to the face. I think the toenail went right into my skin.
God, dude, no.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
man,
gotta
the
clip them
toenails were
joints.
cut, man. I looked down. I was like, that was cut. They checked it before the fight.
I mean, you got to send him a thank you note. He gave you a new good look.
Change the style up.
Yeah,
So
it's
funny.
gonna be gone soon, though.
You got pictures of it? Did you sit in the bathroom and just do a little flap
No,
of
I
skin?
was.
They
I got
glued it.
pictures in the ER. I got some pictures in the ER. I'll probably show it after, but yeah, it was gnarly. It was disgusting.
Yeah, I saw blood everywhere, like, cause I was cornering him. So I saw like blood everywhere. And I thought it was his nose bleeding. And then they take him to the corner, and the whole 60 seconds, Alex was just like this, and the doctor's on his chin, like. And I'm like, what is she doing? I was like, why is he sitting up like that? Cause I didn't know where the blood was coming from.
Wow.
And I was just like, what the hell? But yeah,
It
When
was
I was
such-
cornering him, it was bursting out too. So every time I would yell something, the blood would like gush. I was like, yes, Kevin Nee, and then.
No. It was such a sick look at the end when you're like holding the belt and it was just dripping from your chin like all the way down.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
slowly.
was such a sick look.
I was
That
like,
was
dang.
cool. That was cool. It was gnarly.
that was wild.
So, Kebby, where you were, where you are, where you're going.
I guess we'll start with where I was. So, yeah, when I first started training, I wanted to fight. Like that was my original thing. Like, and you know how you get those people where like, they
see
see
him all the
UFC.
time. All
Oh,
the
yeah.
time. All the time.
I see him too now. I'm like so cringe, bro. I'm like, I can't believe I was like that, bro. I'm like, it's so cringe.
Oh, we were all like that.
Yeah.
Every single one of us.
But, yeah, I was like,
I'm probably still like that.
I was yeah, like I watched UFC and I was like, oh, like I never got that like adrenaline boost from like watching somebody get like knocked out, and I was like, oh, I gotta do that. So like I came in, I was trying to be like Conor McGregor, like we would take pictures
Yeah.
and I'm like got the wrist turned and the forearms high. I don't know. But like when you're young and you see somebody like that doing that and with that confidence, you kind of like are attracted to it. So like
Yeah, no, I
you
love
wanna like be like that, you know? So
Mhm.
but yeah, after I was training for a while. I started off at Crazy 8 in Owings Mills. I was training with Coach Ong. He's in one championship right now. I think he had like 2 belts in one championship. So
Yeah, what
I-
a legend around, man. He is really good on the global scene, let alone the local scene. That's a blessing to start off with.
yeah, I was like, I didn't even know how lucky I was, like to have such a good first coach. I was like, I didn't know who he was, and like people would come in and like they'd be like, oh my god, and they were like recording him, and I'm like, who is this guy? I'm like, am I missing something? But they would come from in his country, like Myanmar. He's like a hero. Like they got a statue of the guy. Like so.
They do. That's so cool.
Yeah, I would come in. I'm like, what is going on? Like, who are these people? Like, and it was just crazy. But yeah, I got to work with him. He helped me a lot, just getting the basics down. He told me even when I was younger, he was like, if you stick with this, like, you're gonna get it big. He said I always had that like spirit, like maybe not all the skills all the time, but he said I got the fighting spirit, and he said that's
The
what
demon
matters
time
most.
spirit.
Exactly.
Nobody's good in skill at the start, no matter how much you think so.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Oh, I thought so. That was the problem.
Me
I thought I
too.
was way better than what I was. But
So you started there, yeah?
yeah, so then I came to ground control after a while. I wanted to find a new gym, like a better fit. And then I was training here for a little bit with Coach Paul and Coach Vu. And then I think I was getting ready for my first smoker, but then I dislocated my knee, like right over there.
Right over there.
And yeah, my kneecap literally slid out the socket all over to the side of my leg. So that smoker was out the window. Yeah, God. I was out for a couple months, and I came back, and I was like, okay, I'm coming back. I'm motivated. The knee still felt a little weird, but I was like, I'm just gonna like grind and get another smoker. Like I'm trying to do this. And then I think 2 weeks out, I was sparring with my coach Paul, and he leg kicked me so many times that my leg kind of stiffened up a bit.
That sounds about right.
He was getting me ready, you know what I'm saying? Like now I can take a leg kick and it feels like nothing because I was like, I got that built up I don't know what it's called, but it
From Paul,
it don't hurt that bad. Yeah, so I had to pull out of that
Ouchie.
smoker. And I was just like, yeah, I'm done with. I was like, I'm done. Like, well, forget it. So I took a while. I took like a year break off fighting, and I was just like partying. I wasn't doing the right stuff. And then,
How old were you at the time?
20, 21.
Oh, that sounds about right anyway.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't too long ago actually. It's crazy to think about. But
How old are you now?
I'm 24. I just turned 24.
Getting old, man.
Yeah, I'm getting up there.
You're gonna get a cane soon.
I'm getting called Unc. It's terrible, bro. I'm like, dang. But
No, don't even talk to me. Don't even talk to me.
I'm like, dang, bro. I'm just 24. Like, I don't know. But yeah. Where was I at? Yeah,
So that was only like 4 years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago. But then I saw that I was going down the wrong path, and I was like, okay, I need to just get a fight. I need to go back to training and stay healthy because I was drinking a lot, and I was like, if I got a fight coming up, I won't drink. Like that was basically like my mentality towards it. I was like, and not that like I liked alcohol so much. It was just like I like to party, and like you know when you're out partying, you drink. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's just kind of what it was. But yeah, so I came back. I think it was January 1st, 2023. I was like, I made the decision. I'm like, I'm just doing this with my life. Like I'm committing to it. Like I know I love it. I'm gonna do this. And
Lock in.
yeah, I actually signed up for my first smoker. I think like a month in, and Vu told me not to do it. He was like, maybe you need some more time, but I signed up anyway.
It's hard to think back to that. I think sometimes we'll say no to that just based on protocol, where it's like, hey, bud, you didn't go through the streams. You did not talk to your coach.
Yeah,
like
that's what it was.
that's why I'm saying no. It's like you need to learn. This is a discussion. There's things out there that we need to protect you from that you don't know about yet. It could be a mismatch. It could be gym matching up with gym in a mismatch, a weight mismatch. Like there's plenty of things that are definitely not occurring to anybody that's starting off that you can't explain in one quick conversation, right? Context of you have to have experience and build up. There is a timeline of build up. And like you said, most people want to come in and be Conor McGregor. They want to fight next week. And there's a lot of work that goes into it. And for obvious good reasons where somebody else is putting in good work, you can't possibly win against them. You're just going to get hurt. So that's probably why he said no, but I don't know. But,
I mean, he was more saying like, I didn't put in like the work and the blood, sweat, and tears with everybody. Like, and I understand it now, but before I'm like, I'm trying to fight, and I knew like, I'm kind of glad I did it because like, I don't know, I needed that to like really focus and hone in on it. And maybe if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have locked in. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was real big. And then I had my first smoker like about like 2 months in, and I think I did really well. I actually got a dude who was like 6'4". He had like 20 pounds on me for my first smoker.
Damn.
Yeah, and he's a tall southpaw, and he hit hard. So it's like, dang. But yeah, I just kind of went with my coach Paul's advice. What he trains to do is just like go forward, and he eventually started slowing down a bit, and I kind of got to box him up and take away some of his weapons. But it was a really good smoker. It was like a really close fight. I didn't dominate, but I also didn't get my ass beat. So I was like,
you got the experience, man. It's nerve-wracking. It's scary, man. At least for me. And for most people, it's scary.
Yeah.
You just got to knock it out the way. And everybody's like, is it normal to be afraid? Yeah. It's totally normal. It's
right
okay.
before I was like, oof. But
that was your first smoker.
Yeah. So then right after that fight, I like felt the high of the fight afterward because I was like talking trash in the fight and stuff, and I was like, "There's no other feeling like this." So I signed up for my first fight, and they told me to do Muay Thai, but I signed up for kickboxing, and they kind of didn't give me the green light, and I signed up anyway. I'm like an idiot. If you're listening, don't do that. That's not. But I was kind of just so eager and impulsive. So yeah, I ended up winning my first fight, and then. After that, I just kept fighting. Like win or lose, I was just fighting as much as possible. Like I was like, this is where I'm going. This is what I'm doing. And now we're here. I'm fighting main event in New York. I got a bunch of belts now. I'm adding them up. And yeah, I like where I'm at now. I want to go pro soon, maybe sometime next year. I'm fighting for the WBC belt.
November.
Yeah, November. So in just about a month. And I think that's like a really big deal.
That's a big deal.
I never
for
even
sure.
thought about that opportunity happening to me. So I was like, it's
That's
crazy.
amazing.
Hey, you kept your head down, you trained, you fought the person that was in front of you every time it was given to you, and you know, the hard work and everything paid off in a line. And I mean, it's probably a good thing to branch off on that subject to the support structure. Like, it's been in the topic of my life, in my career for a long time, on how much does a fighter actually do versus the coach versus the support versus the sponsors? Like, who holds the biggest role? By far, the fighter itself holds the biggest role. They are the one that is putting in the time. I'd say almost like 98% of the overall pot comes from the fighter. For them making the right decisions, to do the hard work, to know who to talk to. But that support structure is very important to go through. And saying, like, my career was built off the back of giants, right? If I started from zero and I didn't know anybody, if I didn't have Mac and I didn't have Binky, I didn't have Paul, I didn't have anybody else, right? I wouldn't have been able to get to where I go. And the same thing for you guys. So it's always built off the back of giants in that respect. And even when it comes down to like the sponsors, you know, building that avenue for the sponsors. I know you got the fight team thing going, which, to my knowledge, is the first of its kind in the sense that, you know, a lot of times it's a couple of different bases as far as how it works politically in that system. And I'm sorry we're going off on a tangent here, but so to get these guys the matchups they need and to be invited to back to shows, it does come down to selling tickets, and that's a huge part of it as well. You have to not only train and learn, and there's so many aspects. We could have 10,000 podcasts on the aspects and the amount of work that goes into being a fighter, which hopefully we will one day. But to sell tickets on top of it and to promote yourself and to find sponsorships who could financially
be seen, to make sure you're seen,
to be seen,
so you can be discovered, so you can get those opportunities. It's become a major part of the game.
It's a lot of work. Sometimes it comes down to finances, yes, which Jack Jams in general, Megan.
I do want to talk about that.
Yeah, putting so much money, time, and effort, and the effort side that you put into everything, and creating the fight team in the sense that you allow the public through your platform to buy packages, jams, and everything. That most of the money goes to them, if not all. Yeah, I mean, that's brilliant, and they need it for, like, you lose money in the fight game. In the amateurs, you
More
will
often
constantly
than not.
lose money, and even at low-level pro, you'll still continue to lose money. You don't even start making money till later, much later in your career, if you're lucky enough.
Yeah.
So you have to survive.
Exactly, and that's kind of, you know, why I opened it up to pros and amateurs and, you know, whoever, because I wanted the community to be able to support the fighter. So teammates, coaches, family and friends, fans. You know, you guys are starting to get fans now, right?
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool. That can just help you out. $25 here and there. Shit, that can help for whatever, you know. And it's something that grew beyond what my wildest dreams, really. And I'm still constantly like learning and adjusting it, and that's why I'm so excited about this podcast, because another goal for the fight team is for you guys to have a platform. Like I try to promote the fighters on the Jack Jams fight team as much as I can when they're fighting, making sure people know when and where to get tickets. Sometimes we go live during the fights, so
Yeah,
everybody can
that's
tune
sick, too.
in. I know, don't tell
The
them
amount of
promotions.
work you put in, I don't think anybody on the planet would do what you do. And I see it in your face all the time. So exhausted in the amount of
It's a
work,
lot.
money, and effort.
You have
Yeah.
helped me so much. You're the reason I have T-shirts and a podcast. So it takes a village. You're the
Go-
giant. You're
well,
my giant
it
that I'm
goes-
building off of.
The back of giants were like, I went through all that, spending a fortune and tons of time and effort because it just didn't feel right. Like, I think most of the people in this generation wouldn't have survived their fight game unless we had a little bit of support. And the only reason we have a little bit of support is that people like me and other people took the extra time to support the other thing. So it is a growing base where, in this case, objectively, you have a product, right? You want that product known to people, right? So you want it out there. Guess what? They need that too. It helps them too.
We
People
help
are
each
very.
other.
You help each other.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
help each other.
Everybody's helping each other, and that's the brilliant side of this game. Yeah.
So if And if you want to support Alex and Kebby, buy a package under their name on my website. So you go to the Jack Jams website, click on the shop tab, click on Fight Team, and you can pick $25, $50, or $100. I give the fighter that money and the patron or quote unquote sponsor a little free gift, which is cool.
Right.
Which is
Standard
cool.
industry was, they'd have to find a sponsorship, but sponsors don't typically easily give out finances. If not anything, they'll give you a percentage off of anything. But the ones that do, they stick with them until the end. Like I still, for the last 5 years or so, probably more 3, do sponsorships for free because in my early years, they helped me out. They gave me the money I need. So I love them. I stick with them till the end. But that was typically the way. Now the people themselves, $25, $50, $100 can give directly to them to get them through this phase where they can become superstars. It is crucial and important, and everybody helps everything. So if you want to help them, promote Jack Jams. If you want to promote Jack Jams, promote them. It is a family. It is a family. You help one, you help both. So.
That's real.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, it's I really love how everything has evolved. Because the smaller amateurs or even the upcoming amateurs aren't necessarily going to land the big sponsors that are, wanting to give them $1,000, $500, even something of that margin. So this helps the community also just like invest in the fighter. Then if they buy a package under you, they're probably going to want to come to your fights.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it all just kind of weaves together.
And some delicious jam.
Some delicious jam,
Yeah.
and then something that I didn't see happening was I think it's also helped or motivated some fighters to be like, okay, I have this opportunity now, but I got to promote my brand. I have to create my own brand.
I never thought about it that way. It is a small version of schooling for before you become pro.
Yeah,
There's things
yeah,
you'll
it's
have to deal
getting them
with.
in the because what do you have to? You still have to sell stuff. You still have to sell tickets. You can sell tickets. You can sell packages. I tell people all the time, hey, like if you can't come to my fight, buy a package under me instead. That's a great alternative to
buy
tickets.
a T-shirt.
Buy a T-shirt.
Venmo
Yeah.
me $10. I don't. Yeah, it's
Kebby-
all helpful.
Kebby just came out with some dope T-shirts.
Yeah. Noxu Apparel. Nico Lazada from Kaizen. He just started his own brand up, and he has like the Demon Time. He has like my whole backstory and stuff, and like I just sent him a few pictures, and then he had some guy like put it all together, and it looks great.
Yeah,
Are
They
they,
look
are
really
they out
cool.
right now? Is there a way to get them?
Yeah, online. I put it in my bio. The link's in my bio. My Instagram's
So
Demon Time Tate. So
I was about to say, check out your Insta. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in my bio. You can see all, and Jack James too. But yeah, I thought it was really sick, and like he like gives the whole backstories, and it's like a whole category to support local fighters, and it's like after you buy a shirt, a percentage goes to the fighters, and they
Okay.
can make money that way too. So that's really
Looks
good.
like someone steal my thunder. I'm just kidding. But that's really cool.
The percentage that you deal in that sense it's one of a kind, and you have a lot of people in there. But yes, all these supportive structures in general help everybody. Everybody wants to become like everybody. It helps. Advertising helps everybody in this game, and you'll get the big money sponsors because you grow an audience, you get more followers. And I hate to say that that's the way it runs nowadays, but it is. If I'm a sponsor and I'm giving you money, you better bring me back some worth, right? Because otherwise my business is going to go under. So anyway,
I think the coolest thing about like here is like I sponsor you guys, but you were basically like my coaches for my last fight,
Yeah.
which was really, really cool. And I also love being able to like support you guys in that way too. It helps me feel closer to you guys, all that stuff. So
it's probably one of
Anyway.
the best way to sponsor them.
Yeah.
You have privates and pay direct. Yeah.
It
yeah.
helps both of us. Yeah, we're all
Yeah.
we're all winning at that point.
We're all
and
winning
we're
at
all
that
growing.
point. I have so much fun. I learned so much.
Yeah.
You're always helping out the next gen. Always.
Hey, I'm trying.
Hey, shout out to my tracksuits she made. I still wear it before every weigh-in. I show up to the weigh-ins with the Jack Jams
I was cussing up
tracksuits.
a store making those.
He was helping
Oh my
me. Yeah,
God.
no, he pretty much made all of them
No,
because I
no,
can't
no.
work the cricket or the cry cut, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But before every weigh-ins, that's what I wear. One time I did not wear it. I lost that fight.
Oh,
So
no.
it must have been the
Oh,
tracksuits.
superstition.
It must have been the tracksuits, and I wore it. I made sure to wear it. I drove to I rode the train with the tracksuit on and everything.
Yeah.
I made sure, and every fight I have to wear a new tracksuit. So I had the new one lined up after the weigh-ins that I was gonna change into.
That makes me so happy. Literally nothing makes me more proud than when I see you guys.
Drip.
So happy. So
Um,
happy.
I do want to touch up on a bit of training, and like I like spreading the love and the happiness of everything, and the way everybody synergy works together in the industry. We talked about gym switching. You were saying you're at Crazy 88. Love them, by the way. I train with them quite often. But the whole journey in general, it is quite often that eventually a change of scenery is a good to go. But we have such a good community now in the state of Maryland for people to gym. The people say a gym hop, and some people frown upon it, but at a certain point, it needs to happen to a certain point, even if it is one day a month, right? You need to spread out. Everybody's getting better. We want to compete on the global stage, not just who's the best in, Baltimore County, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So in regards to
I have to travel just for ladies.
yes, actually can we hear about that for a second?
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just it's hard to find competitive female boxers my size sometimes. But I'm not a pro. I'm not even really an amateur. I'm trying to be. But I do so many
think you
things
are
in
an
my
amateur officially.
my time.
I was about to say. Yeah.
But yeah, but anyway, it's hard for me to find good matchups with training partners. I'm very grateful for Alex and Arafat. But the boys are always scarier.
It's different.
No, it's great because I don't know, dealing with them is terrible, and it made my little smoker easier.
But you did so well.
Yes. They're both there screaming. I haven't been more hype in my whole life. I was so happy. I was like, I'm on the other side.
Yeah.
On the other side of it. But yeah, I just think it's all really special about how tight knit the fight community can be, and the smoker that I did was community over competition, and that's an all women's sparring thing for the DMV. So all the women can basically come together and find each other, and even still, it's 2 hours away. Like Kaizen's like hour and a half to 2 hours away. It's like on a Friday night, like it's gonna take me 2 hours to get there. Yeah, so I take what I can get.
The industry's getting better. You go back 5 years ago, that would have been impossible. So the industry is getting better. It is growing. Everybody's going to have all the support they need shortly, I hope. But there's some growing pains for sure. Hopefully we can get enough everything flowing into the system to get y'all traveling around the world and competing.
Yeah.
So
That'd be sick.
yeah, man, it's an adventure out there for sure. You get some more fights.
Yeah.
That smoker, everybody was so quiet until she came out. I was like, I gotta start screaming, but it's like so awkward.
You started that, man. You did.
It took me everything to like.
You broke the ice.
I
And
had
everybody was
to-
like, even myself, I was just like, I'm just chilling. And then I hear you scream. I'm like, yeah.
And then
Thank God.
apparently she had a lot of people on her and
My
But out as
opponent,
well,
yeah.
and they started screaming. I'm like, now I'm gonna start screaming over them.
That's
It
like the
made me so
butterfly effect.
happy.
Yeah, one little thing can you know what I'm saying? I feel like the energy is like contagious. So like one person screaming can lead to, oh no, we're gonna scream louder than them, and then it's just it makes them fight harder too. So it's like energy, like just like that can
It
start.
helps. It really helps. Not even the energy in the room to pump up the fighter, which is what most people think. They think the cheering helps the fighter, which it does. Yeah, it really does. But when you get into the field of judging, like every time, say, Megan hits somebody and the whole crowd goes, yeah.
Yeah.
Psychologically, that judge is like, she's winning. She's
Mhm.
winning. Yeah, it really is. The more tickets you sell, the more people you have in the room, it does persuade the judges to a point.
Yeah,
So
when
it's
I'm
helpful.
Interesting.
when I'm cornering, especially like with Alex,
Mm.
it's like a big thing for me. Anytime he lands, I'm going, oh hey, like
Yep.
create some energy because I know when he says it for me, like when he does that, it gives me that little, I don't know, something goes off in my brain. I'm like, oh, let's go, like, and it gives you that extra energy, like.
And it gives me
yeah.
confidence. It gave me confidence. Be like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I'm not doing bad.
And like sometimes that's really
You're good.
important. Like you need that. So like I'll yell out instructions or whatever, and as soon as he lands, I'm, oh hey, you know, and then
Mhm.
I don't know, the energy is contagious and it can push somebody to.
Nice.
Also, it
dig
lets
deep.
me know that like okay, this is working. I just did that.
Do it
and you just
again.
went, oh,
Do it
yeah,
again.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Pretty
Okay,
much.
this will be there. Also, my going back to my last fight in Warriors Cup crowd was so invested. I've never been on a promotion or anywhere where random people on the street would be like, "Hey guys, I bought the ticket." I've never seen that.
Yeah.
There was
Mhm.
hella random people that are just live in the neighborhood, whatever, in the community, to just go there to watch fight, not just even to support anybody, just to watch some fights. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
That's cool.
they were all everybody was really invested. Usually, people leave or they don't really care or about the fights when others are fighting, or they only go there for their teammates, friends, whatever. But everybody was super invested. So there was times where I would land something and the crowd would go ooh, and I'm like, okay, I'm winning. Like you know what I mean? Like I was
That was
looking
it.
out for that. Like just ooh, and if the crowd would go. Like let's say he would do something and a crowd would go like ooh, you know what I mean? Then I wanted to make sure that I had a good poker face, even if it didn't hurt me. I wanted to make sure that it looked even like not effective at all. So I do actually pay attention to that. It actually helps me a
Mm.
lot,
Yeah.
especially having him in my corner.
Isn't that so cool that there's so many people in the local neighborhood just watch fights all the time?
It's like
Yeah,
Thai
it's sick.
culture. Like it's something to do instead of like going out to do.
Yeah.
People just go and watch fights on Friday nights. Like I love
I
that.
so wish we had that here. Like
Yeah.
we have more
Right.
circuits popping up and the smokers are available, but if anybody's listening that can get an amateur circuit going for all these things, but constant, right? It is work and it's money, and obviously the industry's growing, but man, every Friday night I would go down, I would travel a few miles or whatever to go to the local fight to watch 5 fights, pay whatever cover to
Yeah,
get in,
sick.
have a
Mhm.
beer, have a meal or whatever, and then watch those 5 fights and just have a circuit going all the time and feed people up to the pro. That would be amazing. Just like Thai culture. Almost every block has a mini stadium that they hold fights at several days a week. And it's just constant building and flowing. And like I said, the crowd, and it's so nice. If we can get around to that, cool.
Opportunities for experience, more opportunities for experience. You
Mhm.
know.
It
Makes
is a
us
lot
proud.
of money, though. You have a lot of legislature to get through, a lot of medicals to get through, and a lot of things to monitor. So it definitely requires money, and it's growing. But hopefully, it gets there within our lifetimes. Maybe not my career, but maybe by the end of yours. But yeah,
Hopefully, shit.
Mhm.
That'd be great.
I have a selfish question.
Sure.
How do you think Jack Jam's fight team has helped you? Has it helped you in any way, or have you enjoyed the Jack Jam's
Good question.
experience?
Yeah.
You can say
You
no.
wanna go first, or?
You can go first.
Yeah, I would say it's helped a lot. Just like partnering with you and like building with you, and just like even like the photo shoots we did. Like it helps with again like your exposure and then my exposure, and like when you have two people constantly like posting each other, like collaborating,
Yeah,
it
it
kinda
cuts the
all
work
meshes.
in half too, and then exactly.
Yeah.
I feel that.
it all meshes together. And like even financially, like you've helped me a lot. Like it's been great. Like even if it's like $50, like that's a lot for me because I'm damn near spending like hundreds of dollars on the fight. So it's like that helped me maybe help rehydrate or or like stuff like that. But it's been like really helpful. So it's been amazing.
That's
I
all I
love
want in life.
Alex.
I want to know it's working, and that's my goal. I
Yeah,
want it to be working.
it is.
Yeah. I mean, she's my first ever sponsor, and I got
Sponsor.
like less than 5, not even 3 actually. So the thing is, like for a long time, I didn't really want to build I had like private Instagram. I didn't want to build my brand. I didn't want to do any of that. I just wanted to fight. So, and at some point, I realized like, oh, it actually matters. Like you, even amateur level, like it's not. Like for example, the way it works in different countries like Eastern Europe, it's like bunch of tournaments, so they don't really care if they know your name, don't know your name. You just gotta go get through. Next guy, next guy, next guy. You will always have. But in here they do amateur fight cards, which is different from the place I grew up. Even though I didn't fight there, I like it's a community. Like
Mhm.
you know how the things work. And she was my first ever sponsor. She still is my sponsor. To like fact that my following actually grew. The fact that she would post me, like that's how people got to know me between like Kebby and Megan. That's the only like
Oh yeah.
for a long time I was just the short guy following him around. Like whenever he would fight. So like they didn't even know my name. They would be like, or they would see him in the corner and they would be like, "Fuck," you know what I mean? Oh, he's gonna be good. They didn't know who I was. They thought, "Oh yeah, that's
Little
gonna be
Russian
easy fight."
dude.
And then
That's what they always say.
they
I'm
would
Russian.
and they would see him and I'm like fuck and like Megan was the first one that actually posted me, and then my following started to grow, and that was my and I was already an established amateur. I had like 4 or 5 amateur fights when that happened, and that's when I actually really like community got to know that I was even a fighter. I was even a person. They didn't know me at all. Also, tracksuits. Can never forget the tracksuits. I have a photo shoot in tracksuits.
You're right. It was worth it.
I'll be wearing them all the time.
Yeah.
I'll be cornering them with tracksuits every single time I corner. I'll be wearing. And also, I use your jam for my rehydration.
Okay.
So that helped there.
I literally want to fuel the fight with the jam.
Fuel the fighter.
Yes.
Carbohydrates, you need it. You definitely need it. You
For real.
guys, learn some stuff if you're listening and you're still on keto trying to do this thing. Guys, it doesn't work that way, please.
Yeah, don't
Just
be a
read.
fighter on keto.
Just read, please. Just read.
Every time I see somebody on just talking about man, the carnivore diet, I just wanna eat some carbs. Shut up! I don't
I
care.
mean, to be like disclaimer, just before we had too far in the wrong direction here. Like carnivore keto, it's a great diet for many different reasons. When you were somebody with in a sport with tremendous amount of anaerobic activity, right? Mainly fueled by carbohydrates, you need that fuel there. So depends on the sport, on what diet you're doing. And so a lot of the things you'll see on Instagram in the mass public are mass public, right? So a lot of them don't do what we do in general, or their training schedules are different, or they go to the gym for 30 minutes a day to walk on the treadmill and do a little lift. I'm saying the intensity here is you need the right fuel for the right thing. So when I do see high-level fighting athletes still doing ketogenic, I'm like, gosh, just read a book, please. Like, life gets so much better. Carbs do not make you fat.
Right.
Okay? Eating too many carbs, yes, can make you fat. Eating too many fats can make you fat. Hell, even too much protein can get you there. So that's my disclaimer. Okay, done.
No, I wanna use this as a bridgeway into the rehydration packs that you did for them, and what they looked like, what they were about, some of the details that went into it, and I want to know how they felt, like the weight cuts without it versus with it.
Okay.
A little bit of that.
Want me to do my demonstration first and then ask them how they felt? Because I'm always asking them how they felt.
Yes.
So in general, built off the back of giants, obviously this is an industry where it's weight classes for a reason, right? You have equal skill and somebody has 100 pounds in you, it's very difficult to deal with because they usually have long. Anyway, weight classes are a thing, right? So you want to competitively fit into that weight class, and there's a whole discussion on there. But in general, there's weight cutting, all right? There's the act of 2-part phase of weight loss in your camp leading up to it, and then the acute weight loss phase, which is the water loss phase, and generally the 5 days to a week prior, right?
Yeah. So some people don't even distinguish that there's a fat loss phase and a hydration fluid loss phase.
Yes. Some people don't really, even at the highest level and even at the lowest level. But it used to be at the lowest level thinking, they'll say my weight cut was 40 pounds. I'm like, no, it was not. No, it's not. It was just a difference of terminology in the sense that they look at the whole thing. I go like weight loss phase and weight cut phase is the way I've always used it.
Mm-hmm.
They just say weight cut is meaning both. So it was just.
I do the same thing. They're like, I cut 40 pounds. I'm like, stop lying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I cut 12 pounds in a week. That's what I think of the cut as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it becomes the good general overall blanket statement is the more professional you get, the more elite you get. Things don't change day and night. It just gets more precise, right? So if on the camera, you see like this is the way you think about it at the beginning. I have to be within this range, right? When you first start fighting, you just know that there's a range. There's too much and too little, right? As you become an amateur, it gets much more pinpoint on a certain thing. You know that this is more accurate. And as you get professional, nothing changes. It just gets more precise. So terminology and language becomes a thing because now we're diving deeper into what matters on the micro levels on what's going to give you a different result, right? They still know it's still a weight cut, the whole thing, yeah. But now we're breaking it into 2 phases, so we need more words.
You don't have to feel like crap your entire camp or your entire fight week anymore.
Right. Yeah. That's,
We've figured it out. The data is out there. The UFC did it.
Yep.
And nobody looks at it.
Right. So like
Ever.
somebody in a deep dark room somewhere started working on this 20, 30 years ago. As anything, it's usually the Russians. It usually is. So, I mean, no, I'm thankful for the science, but anyway, it grows from
I'm
there.
thankful for
I'm
this.
not even Russian.
I know. That's why I'm laughing.
I'm trying to get through this quick, but I want to be holistic in my approach of all this and seeing all the different things that matters, and maybe some thoughts can be provoked. So yes, people worked on it. Data got together. The sport popped up, right, in general, which had a bunch of money flowed into it. Cool. So then everybody had a different ways of losing weight, both losing the fat and losing the water. So it was a bit disorganized and a bit cowboy-like, but people got the job done. But people wanted to get more precise. So come COVID, the UFC shells out millions of dollars to do tests, right? They have thousands of fighters that they're dealing with. They might as well take account what they're doing and how they're doing it and how much their weight changes so we can say the max ranges of the human body. Turns out it matches up with almost clinical studies like in the actual doctors, right? And in health on like the kind of problems you run into when you dehydrate to a certain point. All right. So now we have that general spectrum number. Yes, it's a spectrum in the middle, like I can say 10% in general. Could somebody cut 11? Sure. Could they cut 9? What's the difference in results for both? Like I said, precision becomes more of a thing later. So all this data is out there, and I pretty much read as much as I could and bought every single system under the sun, even though it was quite repetitive. I oftentimes would spend $600-$700 on something that told me what somebody else already told me. But I had to make sure. I had to get every single bit of information out there and consolidate it and see what was different. Generally, 99% of it was all the same. There was a few different flavors here and there, but then you dive into the white papers. Anyway, the data has been done, thankful to a bunch of giants that we built on one, including the UFCPI, which has been extremely helpful. So yes, we know the ins and outs and how weight loss occurs and how to not cut the corners, but what is needed to lose that weight. Like I said, we're an anaerobic sport, so we need carbohydrates. Do you have to be taking 1,000 a day? No. 500 a day? No. It can cycle in the sense that I have a high day coming up. Could I afford to eat 400 grams of carbs today because I know tomorrow I'm not training super hard? I'm training light, like basic skill stuff. Yes, you can do that. See, to know the reaches of everything and have the science is very helpful. Getting back into the water cut. You're taking things out of your body, right? We're taking extra sodium out. We're taking the glycogen out, which is the carbohydrates, right? Taking the fiber, right? Taking all these things out, right? So we have to put it back in. So that's where it gets interesting on the rehydration. I have, myself included, got the weight off, right? If you work hard enough, you can get the water and the weight off, right? But you're 10% less. So a 200-pound person is now 20 pounds less, right? A 150-pound person, or I'll use myself, like around 160, I'm 16, 17 pounds less, right?
Percentage.
Right. So people just simply get off the scale and they put in whatever they want because they're craving, right? Yes, your body's craving everything under the sun for right reason, right? You denied it everything. So it needs to fill. Your body will tell you what it needs. You just got to pay attention to it. But right now it's screaming at you to put everything in. So you randomly throw some things in, but then they forget, I lost this much sodium. I have to get back this much sodium, right? I lost this much carbohydrate. I got to get that back in.
And your body can only take in so much at once, right?
Right. Remember we talked about precision? There is a minimal, right? You go too less than this, you're going to have problems. Your body likes its happiness. It likes its homeostasis. If you put in too much salt, that's an issue too. So what's that spectrum and how precise can we get that to get us back to essentially our most fit, our most normal is what we want. So rehydration calculations with the packages.
Yeah. And it's really cool because theirs was totally different than mine kind of was for my smoker because I had 2 hours to rehydrate, carb up, whatever. They had 24 hours, correct?
Yeah,
for Warriors
a
Cup?
bit more.
Yeah, a little more than
30
24
hours.
30 hours. Yeah, so one of the most interesting things that he taught me for like my rehydration is like, of course I wanted like carbs, whatever. It was like, if you have too much carbs, your parasympathetic nervous system will switch on and then you'll be drowsy but right before the fight, which was like, that's a game changer.
It becomes down to accuracy.
It's little things. It's little things like that. So yeah, tell me about your experience with the rehydration packages. They were really cool. So the way you did it is you had like drink 1, drink 2, drink 3, drink 4.
Right. It's timing
and
you just want to take it out the same way you put it in. So we start with the salt, which was the last thing, the sweat, right? We want to get the fluids and the salt back in, and then we start putting the carbohydrates back in. So, I mean, it just sets you up for success on it. And compared to other rehydrations you've had, right? We've all had nightmare ones, right? Or ones we just feel that to the ones now. Do you think it's helpful or not?
Very. I mean, when I first worked with you, I didn't even know how much carbs I was in. I was not tracking any of that.
Mm.
So I was like, hey man, that's how much I weigh. And then I'm like, cutting carbs off, and I'm like, damn, I'm not really losing much weight right now. What's going on? And then I was walking around the same range for this one. Now that I had that experience,
Mm.
I cut the carbs off, and I'm like walking around. I'm losing weight like crazy. Not even in the sauna, not even doing it. I'm just losing weight. The water is coming off itself like super easy.
Mm.
I'm like, okay, I understand that. Another thing I mean, when I first did this my biggest cut like that, I went ahead and had too much sodium,
Mhm.
and then it's one of the fights when I fought Sean Bars in January, not too long ago. And I'm so bloated, my face looks puffy. I look like obese. Like if you took me in Walmart and put me on a mobility scooter, you'd be like, yeah, you'd be like, yeah, he fits right in. Yeah, or like I was just huge. I was just huge, but like
we put too much in. Right?
I was, and I didn't ask you about it. I was like, man, I know what I'm doing. It turns out I don't. And now I'm standing in there. I'm puffy, and I'm standing in the corner. It's like right before the fight's supposed to start. I'm facing them, and in my head, I'm thinking like, I hope this guy does not tip me in the stomach, or I'm gonna shit myself. I'm like, God damn it! And I didn't even manage to gain my weight back like that. Now compared to this fight, I had my rehydrate. I actually paid so I went everything on the dot. Everything was like
Yeah,
as
good.
by second.
Yeah.
As soon as like I would not even miss a second. As soon as it would hit that second, I would go get another rehydration package. And people were asking me, "Yo, what you putting in there?" I was trying to keep that shit. I'm like, "Yeah, it's summer."
It's out.
Liquid gold, baby.
It's out there, and everybody wants it to be out there because we want weight cutting to end. And I say it all the time. Weight cutting is over, guys. It is
Shit, I'm
over. And
taking
they're
as
like,
much
what do you
advantage I
mean?
can get.
I mean, yeah, it's an advantage, but it's like I want everybody to become better. So when it comes to knowing the proper nutrition, like during the training, when Lou's doing the fat loss, to have more energy during training so you can get better skill during training instead of just feeling like crap all the time, right? And not getting good changes, right? I want everybody to get better, even in the other gyms, right? Everybody's helping everybody. I want to compete against the local gym because they'll compete against our gym, right? With ground control, right? Everybody's getting better. It forces better competition, amongst better competition earlier, so they get to the global stage much quicker. So, I mean, yes, that, and with the rehydration thing is, weight cuts are hell. Let's just make sure everybody knows one of the optimal ways to do it, so it's safe and everybody competes well.
So to go back to that, I don't think I was gonna if I did not feel so ready and so pumped up. I even timed carbs. Everything was based scientifically. I was obsessed with it. Like you can ask him, and I was so obsessed with it. But if I didn't, if I was 1% off in this fight, I would have not have won. I would not have won, and because it was a hard fight.
1%.
If I was 1%
was
off,
alright.
I would not.
You've been fine.
I would not have done fine.
You did well. You did well.
What you think?
Difference between old cuts and learning more, to see more.
Oh yeah. I think like when I used to, not used to, but like yeah, when I would fight in the past, you know, after a fight you want to eat and you want to just go and like drink and you know do whatever, and you just want to like you've been so strict in doing this and getting ready and prepared for this thing that as soon as you don't have to anymore, you go back to eating whatever, you know. So a difference now with my camps personally is I won't do that after the fight, and I fight a lot back to back, so like I kind of just like to keep my weight low. And before I was like, let's say I start at like 190, 189, and I have to cut down to 170. Most of my camp I'll be worried about like dieting and stressing over that, and then I'm not eating as much, so that's messing with my recovery. That's messing with like the energy that I have like during training. Yeah. So like now when I'm starting my camps, I'll start like really low, like around like 183, 182, and then I'll just eat whatever I want to. Yeah. Like, but just not like go crazy, you know?
Don't balloon up. You don't have to lose fat that you never gained.
Don't do the patty the batty.
Exactly. Yeah. So like I go through camp and I feel amazing, and I'm like, oh, like I talked to Jesse about. He's like, you're not eating enough. So now that I'm starting camp low, I can eat as much calories as my body needs to go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's magical, right? Just a little bit of extra learning, and it goes back to the McGregor thing. We just didn't know. Nobody knew, and as you learn more things, you're like, huh. It's like it's not even like a superpower where people are like, oh, it gives me like superpowers. So like, no, most people have the brakes on. They're driving the car, they're pushing the gas, but they're also a little bit on the brake, but they don't know it. But now they're learning more to take that brake off, so they're all gas now. It's not like putting os in there, but yeah, it's learn. There's a lot to learn out there, man.
Lot to learn out there. Speaking of carbs, I want to ease into my segment, the first and only, maybe not only, but the first segment for the Jack Jams podcast, and that is going to be to both promote my flavor of the month and do a taste test.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
So we're gonna do a quick taste test. Oh yeah, that's not the flavor, but I did make
PBT.
PBT.
You gotta drop that flavor now.
PBT
flavor.
PBT.
It looks like a tea.
PBT grape.
Don't worry about it.
PBT grape.
We'll put you as an assistant to help clean up.
No.
So what you got for us?
I'm not gonna tell you the flavor. It's made from a local fruit. It's not pawpaw. That's only hint I'll give you.
Damn.
Yeah. Only rule is you can't make a bad face even if you don't like it. I'm just kidding.
That was a better side.
Hold on, let me.
You can take it off. Yeah.
Just jinx the whole table. It's like,
yeah.
Give me some. I'm not gonna tell you what flavor it is. Mystery flavor.
I'll have to guess.
Yeah, we have to guess. I don't even know what it
no,
is.
I'm not gonna do well at all.
yeah.
All right, wait. We gotta do. Anybody have allergies?
No.
Yeah, sign up.
Over here, it's like on camera giving a CPR test. He's dying.
We're gonna have to cut it.
Oh.
I think I smell it. Don't you smell it? I was like, what the...
No, I don't have a broken nose. I can't.
Forgot about that. I can't smell it either.
I'll take some carbohydrate. Thank you.
Take some carbohydrates. I'm gonna take some carbohydrates too.
I got a little knife.
Snort
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. I already grabbed a little knife. So you can
Does it even come with a Ritz cracker?
It doesn't. I forgot the cracker. So, give me 1 second. Everybody got?
I'm waiting.
Everybody's ready. Cool.
She's gonna kill me. It's fine.
It's a fall flavor.
A
Oh
fall
my god,
flavor.
it's so good. I am a genius.
What is this?
Oh, I know what it is now. You just gave it away.
I did?
What is it?
What?
All right, go ahead. I'm not gonna say.
I didn't hear it.
Oh,
I was
okay.
trying to trick her to say
Okay, yeah,
it.
try it. You're trying to trick me to say it?
Yeah.
It's a fall flavor. So I put maple syrup and fall spices in it. It's not like a typical fruit.
Oh, this tastes like that old candy bar from kids. Or granola bar.
It's pumpkin.
Granola bar. It's not pumpkin.
It tastes what? It's a pumpkin pie.
It has pumpkin pie spice in it.
Oh, that's what it is.
Mhm.
Okay.
Anybody guess?
Fruit. I know this actually.
Starts with an F.
I mean, I live in your kitchen, so I probably.
So you know what it
shouldn't
is.
guess.
I know what this is.
We'll let them go.
I've had it before. I don't know what it is though.
Right?
I forgot the name of it.
English is my third language. I don't know.
It's
Starts with an
fig. It's fig jam.
Oh, I wouldn't have got that.
I've never heard that.
You never heard of
I've
that?
never heard that
Fig. You never had a fig before?
And I do love Fig Newtons.
Yeah,
Ricky
Fig
Bobby.
Newton. Have you ever had a Fig Newton?
It has the same texture as like some candy or something that I've had before. I don't know what it is.
I still want to figure out how to do like something like this or honey into little doses.
It's good.
I know. If you could
Like
just
the little-
slurp a little Jack Jams right before you spar, bro.
Yeah,
I'd be
that.
so happy.
But even let it harden into like a hardened candy form. I would like little lozenges,
A little
yeah,
swole strawberry lozenge.
yeah. I would
That'd be
eat
cool.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
a little
that'd be
honey thing. Boom. Yeah,
Little honey sticks, little jam sticks.
yeah.
That could be a thing.
Just candy.
Oh,
Make
shit.
candy.
Jacked.
That's what
Sticks.
this is.
Oh, you're looking it up.
Yeah, I
Bro,
know.
Oh, he's
I
looking up the
actually-
wasn't either.
sticks.
Dude, that actually, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know if that was the name, but I actually had growing up in Georgia, I actually had a plant in my
You
yard.
did? Okay.
Yeah.
I was
Fig
going to
plant.
say. Yeah.
Fig.
Yeah. And
Figs.
I heard, I heard on the news that some person to like put it on her skin and went on top of the rooftop to get a tan, and she got burned. So I guess don't do that.
What the hell?
Wait.
It was like
Don't
really
put
bad.
fresh fig
TV
on your
TV back at
skin
your
and
old
then
home
bake
or
it.
TV
Write that
now?
down.
No, it's like back in my old home. I was a
Okay,
kid.
yeah.
I was like 7 years old, and she took something from I don't know what she did, and she like boiled it or something, and then put it on her skin and went up on top of the
Ugh.
apartment complex and like laid there thinking He was gonna help her get a tan.
Well, Megan,
Did
you
not
gotta,
go. Did not go
gotta put
well.
a warning label on this.
So that's
yeah,
the
don't
first
go
story.
tanning in my jam.
You hear that, folks? Do not use jam to suntan.
We'll
It
get
was
burned
pretty
and
rough.
attract bees.
Might get stung in the eye.
Like me.
I'm crying.
I swear that was on the news, so you know it was bad.
It was on the
Yeah.
news. It was on the news.
And everybody like it happened in the summer of course, and my parents were talking about it, like we would have guessed, and like you heard that story about somebody burning with fig or something. I'm like, god damn. Then I went to the schools are in like fall, and I'm like, yeah, somebody put this thing on, man.
Don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
I'm so scared.
So scared.
Whatever you do, don't put this on your skin.
Oh, right
Really
here.
cool.
Ask some AI.
Found the story.
Oh, it'll find it. Yeah.
You see somebody shriveled up.
You know, it's AI overview. You should not use figs or fig tree components for tanning, as it can cause severe skin burns. Well, the AI was not a thing back then.
Now you know.
Well, they found that article,
That's so
man.
strange. But like, I want to know how she got there to be like, yeah, I'm gonna put this on here to like,
Right.
who thought of that first?
Somebody probably told
and
her.
then told other people to do it.
Yeah, somebody told her, and somebody it worked out for her. It's like weight cutting.
Right, right. It's the mysteries of the universe.
Eat a bunch of
Yeah.
beef jerky during your cut. You'll be fine.
It's got no sodium in it.
It's got
right?
no sodium.
None. Yeah.
Yeah. No, someone. They will remain nameless. He said he eats beef jerky during fight week to lower his sodium intake. I'm like, how much sodium do you eat normally? I
Right.
guarantee you, it's probably not less. It's probably more.
Yeah.
He'd probably be in that shit as a snack too.
Probably.
yeah, no, he does.
Yeah.
For real, they
Yeah.
shall remain nameless.
During camp,
Eh.
sodium, great. Carbs, great. Modify it as the days go on. But during fight week, that's when you drop those things. So people
Mhm.
cutting those items months out don't need to do that. You're making your life a living pain. That and the other thing would be to touch on is overworking. To get the adaptations, to get better improvements in your body if you're out of shape. If you're already in shape, guess what? You probably won't get much improvements. It comes down to more timing and decision making. But in general, people that train as hard as they can every single day and then wonder why they get injured or catch a disease, just turn it back just a little bit and start from there. So, yeah, sodium's okay during camp. Carbs are okay during camp. Yes, especially as a fighter, in moderation. Cool. Yeah. And
I
these are
see,
delicious.
It is really good.
Oh, thanks.
I actually want to talk about like something that you just spoke about, with the decision making and what was the other thing? I forgot what it was.
Yeah,
Skills.
skills, timing, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. Every fight, like when I'm getting ready for a fight, I've done so many camps now. Like I know how to throw a switch kick. I know how to throw a right kick. Yes, can like those things can improve, but like I watch my fights back and I notice it's more of my decision making. That's what I need to work on, and that can only be done like maybe in like sparring or like in fights. So like that's why experience matters a lot. Like I watch my fights back like 100, 200 times, probably more. I'm like, oh, I should have did that. Oh, I should have did that. So then now I get back in that situation and I change what I'm doing. And then now something that maybe could have been, maybe I could have got hit, but it turns to me countering or me landing a strike instead now. So I think that's a big, you don't have to just go ham on the bag and hit the bag every day. You can only learn so much from hitting the bag.
Yeah.
It's like now start to use your imagination and like try different stuff. I don't know. That's
Develop
just one
skill,
thing I want to
develop
talk
style.
about.
Yeah.
But
Time spent. You don't have to waste your time getting in shape anymore because you're already in shape.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
there is a point of diminishing returns in all things where it's you hit the left hook on the bag a trillion times over. Okay, yes, can you improve it by like 0.001%?
Yeah.
Sure, but what happens if you bare minimum of 5 minutes of work will improve this other feature of yours by 100%, right?
Yeah.
That's the low hanging fruit. You're probably better off going to fix that in, which could be a timing thing in general. But yes, every sport has their own level of fitness, right? Needed for the body, the ability for the body to do its thing. There's a top, if you break it all down into categories, each one has its own top bar, right? On what it should be, right? So it's like you look at it like a cyclist, probably amazing aerobic capacity, amazing VO2 max, the way they take in oxygen and use it to its fullest ability, right? And their heart pumps best ever, right? Do you think they're going to beat a power lifter in lifting?
No.
Right. Those are two options. About, do you think generally a power lifter will have a better VO2, lungs, everything better than the cyclist? No. Right. So, to each individual regard, there is a prime to get to in each category. Fighters are kind of a middle ground of everything, right? In order to get really good heart capacity competing with a cyclist, it won't work because in order to get that, all these things have to go down.
I just
Right.
imagine powerlifter on the bike.
Just fall over.
They still do, but not as much as a cyclist. And they want a good heart, right? Because it helps them get more sets out. The quicker they recover, the more sets they do, the better they get. So they do it to a point, but nowhere near as much as a cyclist does. And a cyclist still does some lifting, but nowhere near it. What I'm saying is there's a spectrum where people try to push the ultra limits of every fitness capacity of their body. It doesn't work that way. So better spend it on skill.
When the competition's better, it's like at the pro level, all of their conditioning is going to be great. It's you know what I mean? So it's like you have to go train so much more to get that super tiny, like maybe percentage of difference in like, let's say like just physical capacity.
Yeah, that percentage does matter, right?
Yes.
And everybody will train different based on their style. Like it's when you go to a gym and you have a certain like instructor or gym style, like you might engulf that style, but like somebody with a high anaerobic threshold fight capacity, like somebody that's on pressure, right? There's pressure, right? You guys go forward. You guys are pumping very hard all the time. That is your style. It overwhelms people, right? They like probably the sit back pace, very aerobic, right? Very PCR system. After that, pop, 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 and then they stick and move. They're not. So your training will differ from person to person based on your style. Conditioning in general, the word conditioning is adapting to the conditions of the fight. For you guys, your style is your conditioning for your fight. The way that you should map your fitness is going to be a little bit. So you might have a little bit better VO2 max than me because my style is a little different. So what I'm saying is there's a bit of individuality, but yes, fitness, diminishing returns, worrying about skill and decision making is what's next. The way you train at the beginning of your career, when you're still developing fitness, your muscles are changing to this new stimulus, learning the basics of the kick, right? Getting that down. It will change. You get tired of working on the bag because you feel like it doesn't help you as much anymore. You get tired of doing the class because you want to go work a specific. It does change with time. Yeah, that you hit it right on the head of the nail. That's really cool. Yeah,
I think about a lot of stuff like that. But
so adding to what he said, like this fight, like it was like so high intensity, right? Like non-stop pace, like non-stop. It was like decision making. I'm like, what do I gotta do to keep up this pressure and this activity for 5 rounds? I cannot use all my tools, like as much as I wanted to or I would have liked to in the perfect world, because I have to know like I am going to gas out if I start using those big angles that I like to do, the double pivots and everything. It just takes too much out of me, so I used it twice. I used the check hooks in like couple times because I just had to map out. I'm gonna use my jab more than anything else because it doesn't take much effort for me. Because I do so much jabs on the bag. I got so efficient at it that I can be dead tired and I will always be able to find the jab. I will always be able to throw that out there. It's just I've done it so long and I'm so efficient at it. And I thought that was decision making. I'm like, I can use like even in clinch. He was strong in the clinch. I was like, I cannot use 100% of my strength. I'd rather maybe like lose some exchanges in here for the greater good. Because once the clinch is broken apart, I will be the fresher guy. I will be going in there, putting the pressure again, stealing the seconds, stealing the minutes in the judge's eyes. So I think decision making is big.
That and skill, like yes, the decision making, the timing, that is perfect. Yes, that is what the high
Energy
level.
management is a skill.
Energy management is a skill. That is part of it, and that comes from the actual physical skill too of framework. Say you have in clinch a better position, and you have the points of leverage where it doesn't require much energy from you to make maneuvers. Right, having that good physical technique, right? Not even the technique of timing and understanding the flow, but just that. They're overusing, right? And as we know about precision, the higher you get, they're being efficient too. It becomes who's more efficient.
Yeah,
and that, so everything matters. And that's perfect. So pay attention more to skill and brilliant.
Yeah, I was about to say my last fight, the one I recently just had, like the 4th round hit and I wasn't even breathing heavy because I was doing whatever I wanted and I was putting him in a bad position first. So now he has to work out of it. So now you're using way more energy than me. That's like, people always ask me, like, how are you such a good clincher? It's like, maybe my body type helps with it a lot, but I also, like, I don't know, I like it and I try to discover more things about it, but I always get to a good position first. I'm always,
manage position.
I'm going to be a step ahead of you every single time.
Mhm.
I already know what you're about to do before you do it.
Mm.
Like, so the fact that I have the IQ to do that is why I, like, don't have to waste energy. Like, the best way to get out of a bad position is not to be in that position at all. I always say that.
So how do you develop that IQ for it? How do you get better at the thing?
I would say clinch a lot, or like do whatever you're doing a lot. You obviously have to have a coach who can like show you those kinds of things, and like kind of do your own research. Like, we have so many tools now where you can like look these things up and just watch YouTube videos. Like, I remember I wanted to work on my clinch, and I'm like, I just went on YouTube and I looked up ties clinching, like literally.
Yeah.
And then I saw the way they were holding their hands, and it was like this. And I'm like, wait, we don't get taught that. We get taught like to get the full clinch and pull them down like this. And I was trying it, and I remember there was like a bob dummy like the next day after I tried it. And I was like, hold up. I'm like, oh. And then I went up to him, and I was like, yo, feel this real quick. And I was like, and they were like, whoa, that's like way different. Like I did to him and Corey. And I was like, oh, snap. And then it eventually, my whole clinch game kind of evolved around this different kind of grip that I just went on YouTube.
That's
and
why
watched.
I say 98% is the fighter. Like, there is a huge amount of brownie points that goes to you for asking the question and seeking the question and having the curiosity, and not just showing up to a class and just being like, oh, I'll be good. Like, no, like a real fighter, they want to get better all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And they will find a way. They will find a way. So it's like, for like a lot of people to claim, oh, built this person. No, it's that. That right there is brilliant. Never stop learning, never stop getting better.
Yeah, I think that's a big deal. Like, especially to like stay on this topic a little bit. I'm like a really good clincher, but like maybe I'm not the best boxer, maybe I'm not the best kicker. So like, even though like Alex, like I have like a lot more fights than him, experience, and like maybe I am more like skilled, but like he tries to give me advice on like boxing and stuff, and I take it. And I'm like, I try to listen, and my ego's not too big to like say, oh, I'm not gonna listen to that. Like, I feel like a lot of people have this like, oh, I'm gonna do this way, or like maybe you don't have as many fights as me, so I'm not gonna listen to you. But like everybody, like even like I don't know, everybody gives me advice, and I just listen. And I take it, like no matter who they are, unless they're an idiot. But but I always try to like learn from every single person. Like,
how do you deal? I'll give this question out to both of you, but how do you deal with the overflow, the overwhelmed of not just knowledge, but like you have work, you have training, you have learning, you have people feeding you information, whether it doesn't matter who it is. It's just everybody wants to give their opinion on it, right? Plus you have all this other stuff to worry about, plus the stuff you're already trying to study, and you have to drive, shower, eat, do all, like it's overwhelming. How do you manage the flow of information when people throwing stuff at you? How do you deal with that?
Yeah, that J word, bro.
Not the J-O-B, bro.
The J-O-B.
Oh, the J-O-B.
Don't give me that application.
Well,
we're going to throw that out. Oh, anyway, we just put it in the context of people. Everybody wants to. You have a bunch of coaches that come in where they always want to tell you what's best, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, even myself included. I'm like, fuck, that's like the last thing. I don't know if we were cussing on this podcast. My bad. But like, yeah, the last year of my life being more of a coaching role for the nutrition aspect, I'm like, should I tell this to somebody? Are they overloaded? Is this worth helping them out? But like, anyway, how do you navigate too many people flowing information at you?
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Too many cooks in the kitchen. Yeah, thanks, Tucker. I stole that one from you.
I mean, I like to be the one that asks a question most of the time, because like you have so much knowledge. Paul has so much knowledge. Vu has so much knowledge, right? And they can't. If they all just told me separate, I would be like, fuck, you know. But I like to like focus. I'm like, hey man, I really want my right hand. It's just not landing, or like it's my left hook. I'm throwing it on the bag. It's really strong, but I cannot fight in fights. And then I'm gonna go to each and every one of you and be like, hey, what you think of this left hook? Or
Alex is on the attack. He's like, no, I'm gonna show them what to tell.
And I'm like, and then they go be like, they're gonna be like, yeah, that's what you're doing wrong. That's why you're not finding that. Because if I just be like, hey, what do you think I should work on? I'm like, yeah, I probably have like billion things I should I should work on my switch kick. I should work on my right kick, my right hand. Even though I land a lot, I should work on that. I should, but what is a priority right now? And I think me like sparring and whatever. Like I like to spar and just find certain things out. And something that I cannot find or get over or get past it, I want to do something, I just can't do it. That's when I'm like, okay, that's a good question I can ask, because if I just say anything, then every single advice is going to be different because every single person is going to see a different thing. So I'd rather be the one that makes me uncomfortable in the moment to be like, hey, this is making me uncomfortable. Help me out. You know what I mean?
Damn, that was a really good answer.
Yeah.
Do you have any input on it? You got some input.
He covered a lot of bases, but yeah.
You can always pass. You can always pass. That was a pretty damn good answer.
No, yeah. I would say, I was just like thinking about this. So like, I think it is good to like learn from other people, but honestly, I'll tell people stuff because I coach now too, and like, I'm like, if it don't work for you, don't work for you. I'm like, keep what you like and throw away what you don't like. That's what I was like. Unless it's some dumb stuff, but like, yeah, like. Keep what you like, throw away what you don't like. You don't have to use it just because I'm good at it. Don't mean you have to be good at it. Like there's other ways and philosophies, and I think like all that has to do with like how it blends into your style and like how that's gonna work for you. Like it doesn't always have to be a part of your game just because it works for me. You know,
Makes sense.
The biggest journey for me lately, as like a very still like novice amateur, whatever, is not knowing necessarily yet what my style is. And your coach is going to teach you their style. I have had coaches that really focus on IQ and footwork. I've had coaches that, really focus on power. I've had coaches that really focus on volume. And it can be very confusing, especially if you don't know your style yet, because you don't know which technique is going to play well into your style. And I will say what I learned in this last fight, or at least, and it may have to do with the fact that I just don't have enough experience yet as well. But IQ and like playing the outside, like flinchy, twitchy, dodgy game don't work for me. I'm gonna walk forward and hit you with some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm more of a, I guess, like volume pressure fighter in that way, and I felt like, and so that's why I loved working with you guys this camp, because I felt like the way you were teaching me and the way you were coaching me also catered to my style, and that hasn't always been like the case necessarily. But also just having too many cooks in the kitchen and me not knowing, like, I like the idea of being like a trickster and like really fast and like, Lomachenko footwork. Maybe I want to have that style, but that's not the style that comes out of me when I fight.
Yeah.
Like I have a very natural like archetype that comes out when I'm actually in there, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Life is the great filter. You go through the experiences on purpose. You try the styles on purpose. You go through the wins, go through the losses on purpose, right? It's essentially in life, even with like jobs and everything like that. You live life. Eventually it points you in the direction that you belong, right? And you can even say that all your experiences leading up to that created that. Like it's both the same thing. You ended up where you were meant to be anyway. Right? That's it. So yeah, you needed to go through all that. You need to work with the people and the styles, everything. Like it's a part of the process. There's no other way around it.
I think the style definitely comes from like your personality.
I was about to say that.
You just cannot. Like I am natural. I can be like nicest person ever, but I'm also like very OCD, very like aggressive and things. Like even when I used to play like video games, whatever, I played the video games the way I fight. I'm incredibly aggressive. I played soccer outside as a kid. I played it the way I fight. I was always aggressive. I just always had that. Now, even though it was a different thing, I was always. Even if you look at the way I write, if I give me a pen paper, I will write like messy, but it's gonna be like as quick as to the point. I think a lot of people, like you brought up, like I like being idea of a trickster. I think a lot of people make that mistake. I can be on the front foot. I can be a trickster. I can be very technical on the front foot. I can take all the space away I want and still be as technical in the way I'm fighting. Like if you look at Loma, you brought Loma up. Loma was not the fighter who ever took a step backwards. Loma had very short arms, pretty tall, but very short arms, and he always fought super aggressive. You know what I mean? But he was, as you said, you described him as a trickster. You know what I mean? So it depends, like, to me, when I'm thinking like, just because you are like since we are all aggressive fighters here, doesn't mean you cannot get better technically. Or if you're
Yeah,
obsessed
no.
with something like, oh, I want to be technical, I want to fight pretty, all
Mhm.
that stuff, that does not mean you should take your aggression away. Because
Mhm.
at the end of the day, it's a fight, and you will need some. Because you cannot. It's not an artwork; it's a fight, and you will need
You
both.
could break it down into the training room and make the improvements and dissect and try the new styles and, like Kebby said, throw out what you don't like, keep what you do. But in your fighting, it's a very personal thing. You want something linked to you.
Mhm.
What is your core, right? So generally your style,
Mhm.
right? So some people it is trickster, some people it's pressure. That depends. Like everybody always, when they're getting hit or in a state of chaos, they lead back to what's natural, right? That stuff that doesn't even be, you don't even have to think about it, right? That core, that's going to be you, right? So it's like, yes, you're going to lean on that. So might as well embrace it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say like I didn't even like identify as like a clincher or like that I was good at clinch. I didn't even know I was good at clinch until I think maybe like my third fight. Because my first 2 fights I didn't even clinch. So like how would I know that? And I think my third fight I had to clinch because the guy was a power puncher. So when you come in, I'm like I'm scared. So I'm like fuck, let me grab this motherfucker. And then I'm landing knees, and then he's slowly like slowing down. Okay, I'm like okay. And I start landing stuff. I'm like okay. Then the third round, I land one, he drops to the ground. I'm like, oh, I'm like, this is good. I'm like, this is. I was like, I love this. And then I clinched everybody else after that. And I was like, so okay, that's my thing. So the more I found my identity, I feel like the more I flourish as a fighter.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to keep myself in that like I'm a clincher box. I'm also gonna get good at like all these other things.
Yeah.
But it's important to find that core of like what works for you first. I feel like it's
I
important.
think we're all in agreement on it. That was a good bit. That was a good talk on that one.
Yeah.
Any other questions that you want to lead into? We can lean into closing this thing up.
Yeah. Let me see.
There's a lot of good topics on this.
There is a lot of good topics I was gonna say that we could go deep into. I guess we can end with no, one thing I did want to ask, but this is random, is a non-fighting fun fact.
Okay.
And then anything, but also just like anything else you want the people to know, whether it's about your T-shirt, your next fight, you want to call someone out, let me know. So yeah.
So fun fact and something about them.
And just something you want the world to know.
Okay. All right.
That's all you.
I'll start.
Yeah, you go. Megan.
Okay. Well, some people know this, but I'm just gonna use it as my fun fact anyway. I have 6 rescue cats. I have 6 cats in my house, and they are wonderful and great. And then
Yeah,
something
they're growing
I want
on
to
me.
know.
The
They're growing on
the
you.
children, yeah.
No, he claims them as his. Yeah, they sleep with him now instead of me.
If they do something bad, they're your kids. If they do something good, they're mine.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, they like him more than me.
And what do you want the world to know?
What do I want the world to know? That my jams, but my Glock don't. I don't know. No. I do hope to have an amateur fight for boxing once my crazy life settles down for the fall. So I'm looking at winter time for competing again, and that's just me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going. All
Yeah,
right.
we're going to the circle. Yeah, we're
All
going to
right.
the circle.
Fun fact. Let's say, okay, I'm allergic to cats. I'll say that one. I'm actually, it's terrible. I'll actually start sneezing. I'll be a
good thing I
mess.
put on a clean shirt.
Yeah, it's so bad. And then something I want the world to know. I want the world to know who I am, and I want to like express myself as a fighter. I think that's a really big thing to me. People like, I feel like I show a lot more personality in my fighting, and like I feel like a lot of people like are drawn to that because I'm like really like genuine, and I feel like I can like really express myself like when I'm in the ring. So like I love it. I love doing that. And then what else was I gonna say? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I want the sport of Muay Thai to grow. I want to like push it in America and like make the whole sport grow. Honestly, that's one of my hopes and dreams.
That's good goals right there.
I mean, fun fact would be I probably have combined 10,000 hours in Counter Strike.
In what?
In
Video
Counter
game.
Strike.
In
I think-
Counter-Strike?
Probably.
That's a high level gaming status right there. Guys. That is professional
I
status.
don't even play anymore, but it's just I played it since I was like 6.
Damn, I thought you were gonna say the other one. His second fun fact.
Uh,
the
the-
dancing,
I
dude. You
used to
should have
do
said the
Valorant
dancing.
dancing.
You gotta say that. You
I
gotta
used to
say
do Valorant dancing. I became national champion multiple times. in Valorant
I
dancing.
told him to come swing dancing.
Oh, okay.
This
Yeah,
is
we are.
ballroom
That'd
dancing.
be
It's
cool.
American ballroom dancing.
Yeah.
Just cooks everybody in there. Like, who is this
No, he will.
phenom?
He will.
And then
What do you want the world to know?
not much really. Not much really. I really like ground control. I really like training. I really like doing Muay Thai. There's not much personality that goes behind me other than all these things. But yeah, I think most of the fun things and like my big personality, whatever that is, and whatever comes out, starts in the gym and probably ends in the gym. Because other than that, nothing is really much fun. Everything's boring now.
Everything's
How can I
boring
take
now.
That's
another
real.
fight?
Word. I just thought of a quick question.
Mm.
Where did Demon Time come from? How did that come to fruition?
Everybody always asks me that. It's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah,
Um,
I've never asked.
so basically, me and my friends, we used to party a lot when I was like going through that phase of just being a party guy, right?
Right.
So we would go out and we would troll people. Like that's always what we would do. And like we always got drunk and we're just
Trolling people.
we're just trying to troll and we're just doing stupid stuff. And we would always be like, I'm on Demon. Like we're up to no good basically. Like we would always say, I'm on Demon. So like I think we made up this thing where we would just say, I don't know how. We were like, Demon. Like if we're about to go do something stupid. So then
Amp it up. Let's amp it up.
yeah.
Let's go.
even when you do it, like it feels like you feel like a little.
Yeah,
I don't know.
no, I love it when you get you're like,
Like before you fight, try that, and then see how it feels. Like, no. But yeah. So basically, they're my first smoker. They're like, Demon. Like everybody scream. All my friends are screaming that. And then I was like, oh, let me run with this. And then like I thought that was like a cool name, and I think that aesthetic of like the demon and stuff like that. I think it's really cool. I like that kind of stuff. That's just like who I am as a person. So like I was like, all right. I was like, I have to make it rhyme with Tate. I was like, Khafre Demon Tate. That don't sound right. I was like, Demon Time Tate. I was like, okay, that makes sense.
It has a tongue roll to it.
Yeah, I was like, that sounds good. I was like, change the Instagram name, and I'm running with it. I was like, let's go.
I am jealous of that nickname.
I don't have one.
What's yours,
You
Alan?
know.
Let
Yeah,
the people know.
They call me Georgian Giant.
Hell yeah.
That's so random.
Yeah,
I love it.
But I'm
I
like,
love it.
Big heart.
I didn't like it.
Love
I didn't
it.
like it. I still don't, but you know what? I'm rolling with it. Because every fight that I stepped in as one, I won. So
Okay.
everything comes down to superstition. I cannot lose. It's not me. It's the nickname. It's the tracks.
It's the tracksuit. It's the corner.
That's
it's
like
the red corner.
5% of it. Yeah. That's 5% right there.
Right, and just so we have a timestamp of what's going on in our lives. Anyway, this is the first official recording of this podcast. So thank you, Megan.
Woo,
Yeah.
no, thank you guys. Thank you, Jesse, for doing all the techie stuff.
Yep.
Appreciate you.
Fights coming up. Just what dates, times?
November 1st,
Locations.
MTAC. I'm fighting for the WBC National Championship. Yeah, be there. It's going
All
crazy.
right.
It's in talks right now. TCB. It's not official.
Okay.
November 22nd.
Okay.
Most likely for a belt.
Okay,
Woo!
and what is it? It's 2025 still, and going back to Shogun for this one for me. So
Oh, yeah.
November 15th in Maryland. So
Let's go.
sounds good, and shout out to Jack Jams. Yeah.
Sounds
Woo,
like jams.
thank you. Thank you. Stay jacked, homies.
Yes, sir.